Our retro racing reports from Whiteman Stadium. This is July 2nd, 1966. Whiteman Stadium was located at Whiteman Airfield over in Pacoima. Now, the airfield was a private airfield, and it was on the farm of Marv Whiteman. And so that opened up in 1946 and is still in operation today. That property is now owned by the city of Los Angeles, at least the airport part is anyway. I know that Walt James was out there who helped lay out the track, and the track went away for random reasons of other development that never took place. It's another one of those sad parts in our racing history in Southern California. Just the same, CRA sprint cars showed up to race on July 2nd, 1966 at Whiteman Stadium. There are several pictures in this program that are not identified. Now we could take a guess at who these drivers are. If some of you know, that'd be great. I tried matching up the numbers with the roster in the program, and I was unsure. Well, if I'm not sure, I'm not going to tell you that I am. So there it is. If you know who these guys are, hey, put it in the comments. That'd be terrific. News and Views by Ronnie Allen. Don Thomas came up with his second California Racing Association feature win of the year last Saturday night when he pushed his Chevrolet V8 powered car to victory in the 30-lap inaugural CRA racing card here at Whiteman Stadium. Thomas, who's been burning up the Western racing circuits, now has a 38.5-point lead in the CRA point standings going into tonight's races. He is also ranked second in the San Diego Racing Association points for the Super Modifieds down in Cajon Speedway. And he's in the top 5 for the Arizona Super Modified point standings. He could possibly win all 3 titles if the race calendar works out in such a way that he can make enough of the races in each area. Thomas came from 9th starting spot on the parade lap to take the lead on the 11th round from Bob Evans. From then on, it was all Thomas's as he led the parade home. Evans was a big surprise to many people. The Long Beach pilot showed his tail to the field for 11 laps, but his car went sour and he had to drop out of the race. If the Bill Sykes Chevy ever gets the bugs out, look out for this boy on a CRA circuit. Ned Spa turned in his second straight runners-up performance in the Lahotsky and Singh Chevy. Ned Spa ran second to Frank Seacrest at Phoenix and to Thomas here. Last year he won 4 main events, something he has his sights on again for this season. Mike Mosley seems to have the groove figured out for Whiteman's roller coaster turn and turned in the fastest qualifying time of the night at 17.54 seconds, then came back to win the trophy dash and take third in the 30-lap main event. 2 drivers who deserve hard luck awards for last week's race were Frank Seacrest and Jim Lubert. Seacrest was running away from the field in the fast heat when his engine went dead on him coming off the 4th turn. He and Mike Mosley tangled for a second, but Frank finally made it to the pits. They got it going again for the feature, but the best he could do was a 5th, good enough to move him up to 2nd in the overall CRA standings. Now Lubert, he came to the track ready to race, but his car's radiator was giving him trouble, leaking water. He thought he had it licked and was really putting on a show for the boys in the semi-main when he was black flagged for dropping water. Had it not been for the water, he would have easily have won that event. That's the story for the News and Views by Ronnie Allen. There are pictures in here of 2 shots of Buddy Lee. His car's on fire. Now Lee was able to escape the flames. There's a lot of flames too. That's all fuel that poured out onto the track. And it was very dramatic. The car had minor damage and Lee had virtually none. On our main event for the night, the winner was again Don Thomas. He had taken over the lead on lap 24 of 30 and won the race with a new track record time. Whiteman Stadium was a 1/3 mile paved track located near the airport, or actually on the airport grounds at Whiteman Airfield, as we mentioned earlier. It had essentially one flat corner and one banked. So even though it had essentially we call 4 turns on the oval, one side was banked, the other side essentially flat. It was 1/3 of a mile per lap.